There comes a time in every soul's journey when the mind begins to crack beneath the pressure of mystery. When it reaches for truth and finds too much of it too quickly. This is the edge of psychosis. Not as an illness, but as an initiation. It is what happens when the veil thins too fast. When divine light pierces human reason, and the ego can no longer explain what it feels. You've known this pressure. That trembling between awe and disorientation. The confusion of being flooded with meaning that you cannot yet translate. It feels like madness because it threatens the mind's need for control. It exposes the smallness of your logic against the vastness of what is real. But listen. You were never meant to contain the infinite. You were only meant to witness it. And when you try to understand everything, your mind builds stories faster than your heart can anchor them. It begins to interpret energy as evidence, symbols as certainty, and fear as prophecy. That's the birthplace of distortion. The holy turned heavy, the truth turned terrifying. The shadow of psychosis is simply unintegrated revelation. It is divine energy your system hasn't learned to hold yet. So slow down. Feel your feet. Feel your breath. Let your thoughts be clouds passing through, not prisons you live inside. The universe is not pushing you. It's teaching you capacity to hold mystery without drowning in it, to meet the unknown without labeling it madness. Every prophet, every mystic has stood where you stand, at the doorway between brilliance and breakdown. And the ones who made it through did so by surrendering their need to know, by allowing wonder to replace certainty, by saying, I don't understand, but I trust. The medicine for this shadow is humility, the willingness to be wronged, the courage to rest in mystery without trying to control what it means. Because when you stop grasping for understanding, you create space. And in that space, the divine begins to breathe again. Inspiration. Inspiration rises like dawn after the storm. It doesn't come when you chase it. It comes when you stop running from silence. The gift of inspiration emerges the moment you release the mind's tight grip and open to the quiet hum underneath. Inspiration is not thinking. It's listening. It's the sacred current that flows when you stop forcing reality to explain itself. You have felt it. That gentle flash that arrives unbidden. The words that speak themselves through you. The insight that slides into your heart, as if whispered by something beyond time. This is inspiration. The moment when the same energy that once shattered your mind now flows effortlessly through your being. You are no longer crushed by the infinite. You are in rhythm with it. When you breathe with the mystery instead of against it, it begins to sing through you as words, as visions, as knowing. Inspiration cannot be claimed. It's not yours. It's a visitation, a gift. It asks only for your openness, for your trust in the pauses, for your reverence towards the silence between thoughts. And the more you honor it, the more it comes. Not because you demand it, but because you've become a vessel wide enough to receive it. The inspired mind is not filled with ideas. It is emptied of noise. And that's when creation moves unhindered. So when it comes, don't rush to capture it. Breathe it in. Feel it shape you. And let it write itself through presence. Because you see, inspiration is how the divine reminds you that you were never separate from it. You were always a doorway. You were always a translation of the unseen. When the current of inspiration runs so freely, that not even identity remains. What's left is sanctity. And sanctity is not a posture of holiness. It's not earned through effort or devotion. It's the natural fragrance of a being fully surrendered to the divine within. When the mind no longer grasps for answers, when the heart no longer searches for meaning, there arises a sacred stillness, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. Here, all separation dissolves. There is no me channeling inspiration. There is no you trying to understand it. There is only life expressing itself effortlessly. Sanctity is the quiet after the thunder of awakening. It is the peace that remains when both madness and brilliance have served their purpose. And you begin to see that even the chaos was holy. That what you called psychosis was simply the divine arriving unfiltered. Fear interprets revelation as insanity, and love recognizes it as union. This is the shift from fear's fragmentation to love's wholeness. And in this state, you could sit in silence forever and still be teaching. You could speak a single word, and it would carry eternity with it. You have touched this before. That glowing peace after tears. That sacred pause when both you and another feel something larger breathe through the space. That's sanctity. It's not something you attain. It's what remains when all that isn't true falls away. What in you is still untrue? You are not here to perfect yourself. You are here to remember your purity. The divine has never been elsewhere, only unrecognized, hiding behind the mind's noise. And now it shines through you. Unobstructed and unashamed. So So how do you live this? How do you walk through the world after tasting eternity? Well, you live gently. You live slowly. You live as one who knows that mystery breathes through everything. You don't need to teach it. You embody it. You pause before you speak because you know silence has its own language. You listen before you answer because you trust the space between words. You don't rush to explain what you feel. You let others find their own reflection in your stillness. And of course, the mind will still try to understand. It will still reach, still interpret, still spin. That's its nature. But you can smile at it. Don't fight it. Love it. And in those moments, bring your awareness down to your body. Feel the pulse in your hands, the rhythm of your breath. Let the present moment be your altar. Every inhale is revelation. Every exhale is surrender. You no longer need to seek the divine because you've realized it was never hiding. It was waiting for you to stop searching. Live from there. From the peace that doesn't depend on answers. From the awe that doesn't need conclusions. When you meet life this way, you become contagious with stillness. Others feel it before they understand it. And they recognize themselves in your ease. That is the quiet revolution of sanctity. To walk through the ordinary world, carrying the fragrance of the extraordinary. You are the mystery made visible. A bridge between madness and miracle. A whisper of infinity inside human form. Rest in that truth. Let it live you. Let it love you. And let the silence finish the sentence you've been trying to speak your whole life. I love you.